Hello everyone, my name is Muskan. I am a legal intern at LexClick and Company. So today's topic of discussion is writs under Indian Constitution. So let's proceed with our topic. First, introduction. The Supreme Court and High Courts have been provided with many powers which they exercise to provide justice to the people. One of the most important tools or power which the courts have been provided with by the Constitution is the power to issue writs. A writ means a command of the court to another person or authority by which such person or authority has to act or abstain from acting in certain way. Thus writs are a very essential part of the judicial power of the courts. Writs in the Constitution. In India, the Constitution has provided the Supreme Court with the power to issue writ under Article 32 of Constitution. Under Article 32, when any fundamental right of citizen is violated, that person has the right to directly approach the Supreme Court for the enforcement of his rights, and the court can issue the appropriate writ for enforcing such rights. The power to issue writs are also provided to High Courts under Article 226. While citizens can approach the Supreme Court only when his fundamental right is infringed, the citizens also have the right to approach the High Court for the issue of writs in other matters in which the fundamental rights are not violated. Illustration. A is an Indian citizen whose fundamental right has been violated. Here A has the right to either approach the Supreme Court or the High Court for enforcing his right. But if there is a violation of A's right which is not a fundamental right, then he only has a right to approach the High Court under Article 226. Therefore, a citizen has a right to approach either the Supreme Court or the High Court for issue of writs, but if he chooses to approach any of the court and his suit is dismissed by the court, a citizen cannot file the same suit in another court because in India the principle of res judicata is being followed, which means that second case cannot be filed for the same cause of action. But if a person files the case in the High Court and the High Court does not decide in his favor, he has the right to appeal against the decision in the Supreme Court. Illustration. A files a suit under Article 226 in the High Court and the court accepts his suit. After the proceedings of the case are concluded, the High Court ruled in favor of defendant. Here A has the right to appeal in Supreme Court against the decision of High Court. But if High Court has rejected the suit filed by A, then he does not have the right to appeal in the Supreme Court. Types of writs. There are five types of writs: habeas corpus, mandamus, certiorari, prohibition, and quo warranto. Habeas corpus. The writ of habeas corpus is issued by the courts in those cases where a person is illegally detained. Habeas corpus means to have the body, and it is one of the most effective remedies available to a person detained. By this writ, the court commands the person or authority who has detained or restrained another person to present such person before the court. The court requires the detaining person to provide the grounds on which the person has been detained, and if he fails to provide the valid ground, the person who has been detained will be released by the court immediately. Illustration. A is wrongfully detained by B, a police officer. A writes to High Court regarding the same. The High Court summons B with the A and asks the ground for detaining A. If B fails to provide the valid ground or justification for A's detention, A will free to go. This writ is very important for the personal liberty of citizens because if this writ is not provided by the Constitution, a person can be unlawfully restrained or detained by any authority, and it will be a clear violation of personal liberty of citizens. So next is mandamus. Mandamus is another important writ which is provided by the Indian Constitution. In the writ of mandamus, the superior court orders the inferior courts to do an act or abstain from doing an act. This order can also be given to the inferior tribunal, board, corporation, or any type of administrative authority. In India, the Supreme Court is the apex court. Therefore, it has the power to issue the writ of mandamus even against the High Court. Even though the High Courts have also been provided with the power to issue such writs under Article 226. So, High Court can issue this writ under Article 226 only to the inferior courts, such as trial court or district. This writ is useful for enforcing the duty which is required to be done by law or by the office which a person holds. For example, the judge of the court has a duty to follow the principles of natural justice, and if the judge fails to do so, the writ can be issued by the superior court to observe the fulfillment of this duty. One of the most important points about the writ of mandamus is that it cannot be issued against a private person, and therefore only the state or the people who hold any office which falls in the category of public office can be compelled to do or to abstain from doing an act. Example: A is a public servant who has a duty towards B which he has to fulfill according to law, but he does not fulfill the duty. B is aggrieved by this non-performance and therefore approaches the High Court for demanding the fulfillment of duty by A. Here the High Court, on being satisfied that case of B is bona fide and there is a duty which should be fulfilled, will issue the writ of mandamus, and A will be bound to fulfill the duty he has avoided until now. But if A was a businessman who has some duty towards B but he fails to perform it, in such a case A cannot approach the court for mandamus, because this writ cannot be issued against a private person. Next is certiorari. Certiorari is a different type of writ when compared with other writs. This writ is corrective in nature, which means the purpose of this writ is to correct an error which is apparent on this record. Certiorari is a writ which is issued by the superior court to an inferior court. This can be issued when the superior court wants to decide the matter in the case itself, or if there is an excess of jurisdiction by an inferior court. This writ can also be issued when there is fundamental error in the procedure followed by the inferior court, or if there is violation of principle of natural justice. If the superior court found that there has been violation of natural justice or a fundamental error on the procedure adopted, it can quash the order of that inferior court. Illustration: there is a case in the district court and the court has no jurisdiction to decide such cases. Still, the district court judges try the case and gives his decision, and an application is made by A, the aggrieved party, by such decision to High Court, where hereby the power of issuing writs. The High Court will issue a writ of certiorari on the order of district court. As a result, the order of district court will be quashed. Next is quo warranto. The writ of quo warranto is the writ of quo warranto is issued by the courts against a private person when the writ of quo warranto is issued by the courts against a private person when he assumes an office on which he has no right. Quo warranto literally means by what authority, and it is an effective measure to prevent people from taking over public offices. Illustration: A, who is a private citizen and has no qualification for the post of sub-inspector, assumes such office. Here, a writ of quo warranto can be issued against A to call into question his authority on which he has taken the control of office of sub-inspector. The power to issue this writ is discretionary on the courts, and therefore nobody can demand that the court is bound to issue this writ. Next is prohibition. The last writ which can be issued under the Constitution is the writ of prohibition. This writ is not issued often and is an extraordinary remedy which a superior court issues to an inferior court for stopping them from deciding a case, because these courts do not have jurisdiction. If the court or tribunal does not have jurisdiction still decide the case, it will be an invalid judgment, because for an act to be legal it should have sanction of law. For example, if a district court is hearing an appeal against a judgment of High Court, such an act is bound to be prohibited, because the district court does not have the power to hear such an appeal. So writ of prohibition will be issued against such an act of district court. So let's conclude our topic. So all these writs have played the key. Of these writs, the scope of mandamus is the widest, while other writs are issued in certain circumstances only, such as when a person is illegally detained habeas corpus, or when there is overstepping of jurisdiction by a court certiorari. Mandamus can be issued in those cases where there is a performance of duty of authority. So all these writs have played a key role in enforcing the rights of people and have also improved the scope of the power judicial review of courts. So that's all for today. If you like my video, do like, comment and subscribe the Lex Click YouTube channel. Thank you.